So we've got our design out of the tube, but before you begin you're going to need firstly a straight edge for cutting. And now if you haven't got one, here's a couple of options: straight piece of wood, or an offcut from wood flooring, even a hardboard offcut. Carpet trim, they're useful, they're metal. You can get those from Wicks, and also from Wicks you can also get a metre rule, but that'll cost you about £8. And secondly, you're going to need a sharp knife. The snap-off type can be bought for under £1, and you've always got a sharp blade. And finally, you're going to need a sponge, washing up liquid, a small bowl, and a drying cloth. So we're all ready to get started. There's the window we're going to decorate, and this is the design we're going to put onto it. So we've got to start measuring. A very simple but very accurate way is the way I employ. What we'll do, we'll cut a strip off the selvage edge of the design. Right. Now, with that, we can then, we'll measure the width first of the window. So we hold that against the window, we mark one end, we mark the other end, so that's the width. Right. Now if we fold that in half, we'll then get a centre line. We can just mark that, and then we can transfer that measurement to the design, can't we? Probably using something like a biro. That will always come off anyway, but we're going to cut on that line. But before we do that, when this material is actually made, when it's what they call calendared, in other words they apply the film to the backing, it has to be stretched just a fraction, but that means that when the film comes off the backing, there's going to be some shrinkage. So what I normally do is just add 2 or 3 millimeters either side of that mark that we've made, just to allow for that. So let's put this on our design. We've got our centre line, we'll put that on the middle grid line. Right. Now when we get to marking on the width, let's just add that 1/8 of an inch or 2 or 3 millimeters either side. Right. Let's do that at the top and the bottom, so then we'll have a good guide when we come to cut it. Right. Now we want to also get the height of the window. So what I normally do is I turn this card over and I mark it top to bottom, so I don't get the two measurements mixed up. And we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. Alright, so we mark the top of the window, the bottom of the window, fold it in half, and as we've got our centre line again, then we mark it on that side. There's usually no need to make an allowance for shrinkage on the long side. It's just one of those things, the way the materials come off the roll. So using your knife, and we got our marks there, let's place the tip of the knife right on that top mark, then move the straight edge to it, and then go to the bottom, put the tip of your knife onto the mark and move the bottom edge of the straight edge to it. So let's cut down right the way through, and then do exactly the same on the other side. Put the point on the mark, or put the knife point on the mark, move the edge to it, then go to the bottom, do exactly the same again, put the knife point onto the mark, move the straight edge to it, cut through. And then we can do the other side, or the top and the bottom as well, using exactly the same principle. Now with a sharp or new knife, little pressure is needed, so you don't need to cut right through the backing. and use the blade, not the point. So just a shallow angle when you cut. Now, it doesn't hurt if you wish to practice on an edge or a spare part. Now, there we are, we've cut up all four sides now.
For more information, please visit our website on e-peels.co.uk or give us a call on 0208 948 0689.